All right, well, we are live, I guess. So yeah, thank you all for coming today. We do have refreshments, some alcoholic refreshments over on the side. I think some sodas in the fridge if you would like some. Thank you all for really being here. I mean, Pride Fest, as you're gonna see and hear, it's huge. And it takes nothing short of a small village to run. So it really can't be done without each and every one of you. So we really are thankful that you're willing to volunteer, willing to come and help us out. It's gonna be a truly wonderful day. I have the privilege of saying each year, it's our biggest and best year. This year is no different. We're closing down yet another block of Main Street compared to our previous years. We have 2 packed stage shows. Our tea dance, I mean, we have, our march is back, and again, bigger than ever. We're gonna have over 90 marching groups this year, over close to 200 vendors. I mean, it's gonna be, certainly our largest endeavor yet. So I'm so happy to have you here, so thankful to have you here, and for Haley, who's really been kicking some butt, getting all of us organized and getting this all together this year. So without further ado, pop it over to Haley.
So I will say, if you did register today, there's a chance that you're not on this list currently. I made this probably 8 o'clock this morning. So if you don't see yourself, don't be freaked out, I'll add you to it. I'm not kicking you off. So, the papers that I gave you, obviously this is the, volunteer task schedule. So this is where you'll be working basically based on your selection of the time that you're able to attend. This purple page is the day of schedule, just so that you can have a general knowledge of the day. And then this last page, the volunteer tasks, is just kind of a generic description of all of the tasks that we have folks doing. I will say this is from last year, so hopefully I did everything properly. All the timing is exactly the same. So I will be sending out all of this information plus much more in your email probably next week once everything is finalized. And we'll also have it available the day of. So I'll just kind of go over the volunteer tasks list. There is parking for volunteers, and volunteers get t-shirts, and we are just looking forward to a great day. Obviously, thank you all for your willingness to support this event and help it out. We literally could not do this without our volunteers. So thank you in advance. It's a long day, it's a fun day. Come prepared, we have waters and we'll have things kind of throughout the day. So there's volunteer parking. I'll send out a map of parking. Check-in will be at the gazebo on the South Green. I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with downtown Middletown. The South Green is located across from Mondo Pizza. If you type in South Green in the Google map, it sometimes takes you to South Green Apartments or just like random different places. So I always tell people type in Mondo Pizza, and it's pretty much right across from there. There's a big white gazebo near the Christmas tree. That is where we'll have vendor check-in or volunteer check-in for the day. So you'll just pretty much go in, tell them your name, and then they will, if you haven't already gotten your shirt, they were supposed to be delivered today, but it looks like they got caught up, so I can email out to you guys when they do come in so that you can pick them up. But if you haven't picked up your shirt, they will be there available for the day, as well as your packet of information that you will have. The packet will depend on your job. So jobs include vendor placement and setup. We have our 3 or 4 blocks of Main Street that we are using completely filled with vendors. The vendor spaces will be marked on the street, and the vendor will be corresponding to the number. So the Hartford could be space 138. They'll tell you that they're with the Hartford. Generally, they will know their number, but if they don't, it's kind of on your listing, and you'll get the listing of your full block, as well as parking for the general area. Other things that could be in your packet would be, if you are doing parking, it would be the specific people that are in your parking area. So we have the Middlesex Dermatology lot. There's a lot near the YMCA, not exactly the YMCA. It's the lot in the street next to it. There's a couple other lots that we have reserved. They are for vendors, volunteers, performers. We'll kind of have it broken down in that way. there might be some more information in your packet, but we will have someone that can kind of explain it to you. So the event in general, festivities will begin at about 12 o'clock with our DJ playing on the South Green at 12. Vendors and folks will be in the area early. They know that parking is a little bit of a challenge, so people get here early and they kind of make a full day of it. So pretty much as soon as the vendors are set up, if they are ready to start going, they can start going.
Yeah.
So officially, festivities begin at 12. The march will begin at 1 p.m. in the north end of Main Street, and it'll go the entire length of Main Street down to the South Green. Last year ended about 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit after 2,
Yeah.
It was like an hour and 15.
2:15-ish.
Was it 2? Really?
Yeah, it was like a
Between-
solid,
Yeah, because it was a while since we kicked off. We were the very last
Mhm.
car.
Yeah.
And I looked down, I was like, well, it was an hour and 15-minute
yeah,
march.
So it'll probably be around about the same. We have a little bit more. I'm sure we might get another school group or something that'll kind of pop in. So roughly about an hour and 15 minutes for the march. It goes the entire length of Main Street, which is 3/4 of a mile. It is just incredible watching it really. And that ends at the South Green. Vehicles that are participating in the march and floats will be going and kind of continuing on and either parking or driving away, and folks will be funneling into the South Green where the majority of things will be happening. From 2:30 to 4 p.m., 2:30 to 4 p.m. will be our Pride Rally, which is our second or third year that we've done
I
it.
think it's our third
Year.
year.
That features speeches from Christopher, as well as the mayor normally gives a speech, the LGBTQ commission gives a speech. Some of our partner organizations will give a quick little shout out, and then new this year, we are awarding 3 scholarships.
Yep.
To future college students. So we will be graduate students, yes, we will be announcing those this year at the rally, and it's just a nice way when you have 20,000 people there, if you're gonna get your message out, that's where you're gonna do it. So we really kind of take advantage of all the folks being there.
Yeah, it's a nice way to show everything that Middletown Pride does. And to, have our leaders get up and, rally for the cause and really inspire the crowd. I think it's a really nice time.
That'll end probably around 4 o'clock-ish.
Yep.
And then from 4 to 7, we will have 2 showcase concerts again this year. One will be on the South Green. We will have another one on Spear Park, which is the park that's just the next block up from there. The South Green will have a new stage this year. If you were here last year, the stage that we used on the South Green will now be on Spear Park, the one that's pretty much across from Moonlight. And then on the South Green, we'll have a big old stage. Provided by our DJ. So that'll go from 4 to 7 p.m. And we're gonna be doing kind of the 4 to 5 block, the 5 to 6 block, and the 6 to 7 block. And those will be kind of themed, so we'll have a live performance block with a band. We'll have a drag performance block. We'll have kind of sectioned off.
Yep, a variety show.
Variety show, yes, thank you. So that'll go from 4 to 7, and then at 7 o'clock, vendors will be breaking down and heading out on their way. And then from 7 to 10, we will have, it says first ever, it's our second annual, tea dance at Pride Fest, which is located on Old Church Street, which is pretty much right next to where, the South Green stage is. That will be by Jerry's Pizza once again. It'll have, a DJ, live performers, and just a fun dance for 21 plus, folks. This year we have over 190 vendors. Our first year we had
Our first year,
probably
50.
50 vendors. And then we've just kind of gone crazy. Last year we added a new block. We went from about 60 to 70 vendors up to 130.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello, sorry, I'm coming from work.
That's all right.
Oh, no worries, welcome.
And then this year we're pretty close to 200. So we are definitely bigger and better. So. It's gonna be crazy. Let me-
Thank you so much.
Saying anything about the general day of,
No? No, it's a pretty monstrous day. Which is great.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
I guess we'll go on to the, volunteer map, the listing, setup and vendor assistance. I think you have to come at 7:45 instead of 8 o'clock. So 7:45 to 11:45 generally is the timing. Vendors will be coming between, officially, they'll be coming between 8:30 and 10:30. We always get food trucks especially come early because they know it takes a while.
Yeah.
And then,
Cotton candy guy.
Yeah.
oh yeah, people like to get there like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the streets will be closing down between 10:30 and 12. The
Yep.
police shut the streets down in preparation for the march to begin, so we need all vehicles from the vendor areas off of the streets parked pretty much by 10:30. We will be providing them the parking areas and everything like that, but the folks that are listed for vendor assistance and setup, you basically will be, the vendors will be checking in, they should be checking in at our check-in area on the South Green. Some of them do, some of them don't. We do send out the map ahead of time so they know where they're going. Some people just kind of show up. So we'll give you the map of the vendors and their location, and then you'll just kind of check them in if they stand by you, make sure that they're in the correct space, make sure that they are inside of the lines of their space. If they register for a 10 by 10, we give them actually 12 feet. So we know people are bigger than they say they are, and we kind of try and account for that a little bit, some wiggle room.
So everyone can fit.
Exactly. So, this listing where it says like Main Street Community Foundation side, that is on Main Street on the, like, the map will make sense when you have it.
Yeah, essentially we break it down by block, right?
Right.
So people are in control of a certain block. So when vendors come up to you, to your block, you'll have the map for that block. And you'll be able to say, oh, okay, you're with, let's say, the Hartford, right? And you can go here, boom, and make sure that they go
Yeah.
there. And again, if anyone just comes up, right, and starts setting up, you just make sure they are who they say they are, and so that they could fit in
And just so
there.
you're aware, every single block in each side of the street has a chamber staff on it that's
Yes,
with you. So a volunteer isn't there by themselves, because sometimes
Yep.
some of our people can get a little unruly at times because they don't want to stay within their lines, so the chamber staff can take it, right?
Yeah,
So don't worry about that, there's
Yes.
always somebody there who
Yeah.
can
yes,
help.
you're just here to make sure people, like, if you're on parking duty, to make sure people go to the right spot.
And make sure that there's people coming in at all, everywhere, so you just want to make sure that no one, gets hit and they're being cognizant of who's around, so like, please
Yeah.
wait just a minute,
Mhm.
you're more the greeting party, really is what that
Yeah.
is.
Yes,
I like to say it's controlled chaos for about 2 hours.
Absolutely is.
Just kind of go with the flow. I know last year we had some people that didn't want to be next to another group, so they asked the group next to them if they can switch. And if both parties were okay with it, we just kind of
that's
flip them
fine.
around.
Yeah.
If you have any strong concerns or if someone's going crazy, hopefully they're not, but if they do, definitely contact your, find your chamber person.
And they'll identify themselves, like everyone will wear the same volunteer shirt.
Yeah.
We should have really gotten chamber staff,
Yeah.
maybe we could still do that.
Maybe a
That
lanyard
way,
or
at least
something.
you know if it's somebody,
That would be a good idea.
we're all in the same shirt, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know if we're staff or not? And we should probably get chamber staff on the back of our
Yeah.
shirts.
Yeah.
We will that'll happen before.
Volunteer, yeah.
So,
Not staff, then a staff badge.
That's
something.
Or something.
Yeah.
to
Well, we'll be identifiable, we'll be
Yeah.
able to
Okay.
recognize, I mean,
Yeah.
Ryan knows all of us,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna help us learn it.
Let's
But,
have tutus on with her.
yeah.
we won't put tutus on until we go on the march.
Yeah.
We're not running around getting set up in our tutus, I'm sorry.
Um,
Her over.
There's generally 3 to 4 people per block. Some of the blocks are a little longer than others, but just kind of work with your fellow people. It is a lot of fun checking everyone in, and you kind of get a first pick at, or you get a first look at what the vendors have, so that you can go back after. That's always fun.
Yeah.
So, officially that job ends at like 11:45-ish. Pretty much when all your vendors are checked in, if you wanna just kind of go and run through again, make sure that everyone is good. And then you can kind of come back and stop at the gazebo and say, hey, all my people are in here. We may have something else if you're able to hang out and help a little bit, but if not, you're just kind of free to hang out and
Yeah.
Or you're more
Enjoy
than
the
welcome
march.
to join us at the end
Yeah.
and march with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We certainly, that last year, we took a bunch of volunteers with
Yeah.
us that were
Yeah.
down helping in the morning, I'm like, come on down.
Yeah.
And they walked down, they marched with us, cause we are at the very end, and we hand out a lot of tchotchkes.
Yeah.
So, people are glad to see us, cause we're coming along, having a great time.
And I will say, if you haven't marched in the Pride March, it is a really good time.
It's,
Um,
Wow.
I've seen it.
it's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, if
It's
you've never
so
been in
different
it,
when
it's
you're
really-
actually in it,
yeah.
you see the people, you
It's
see
wonderful.
everything. It's a very special moment.
Yeah, so I'd encourage you all to do that.
But just so
If you
you're
are.
also aware, if you are up at this end, Sarah will be in the gazebo. She's like our person in the gazebo that everyone comes to. Haley will probably be on the green most of the time, because most of our sponsors and our healthcare facilities are up there. Danielle is the one that's gonna be up and down the street constantly. She knows
Yeah.
these vendors inside and out, so she's the go-to for anything. If you can't find your chamber staffer, which they're not gonna go far, but she will be there to just make sure you take a snapshot of that, because she's everywhere.
I will also give everyone a list of some like important phone numbers and just kind of a generic listing of I'll send out all this information, but I will have some phone numbers as well. So all of us have our phones throughout the day, so call or
Sometimes
text,
it's gonna be
it's
hard to
fine.
hear. so.
Yeah, I think
Texting is
texting
usually
normally works a little
better,
bit
because
easier
people get
because
it.
it's loud. But
Yeah.
again, you'll have hopefully more than enough information.
And again, at the end of the day, you're never there by yourself, you're never out of like an arm shot of a chamber member, or, you have a phone number to reach in case you need something. So, our goal is to make sure that you have all the resources and everything you need to get your job done. And if anything ever, happens that you're like, well, this is a little beyond of what I would do as a volunteer, we want to make sure you have the support for that as well. So never feel like you're just alone
Right.
somewhere, right? That's the goal.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions on vendor assistance or setup before we move on?
Do you want everyone to check in at the vendor check-in this year, or if they kind of know where they're going and they're on the street already, just set them up?
We ask
I would
that
like
they
them to.
check in, but we've got so many.
Just
that
have them
come in
send
for
one
years.
representative
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
And y'all will be checking in, like, that's what we have, you'll have a
we'll give
list
you
of,
10 things that you kind of.
people
mark
will be
off.
checking in and
Yeah.
going back and forth to make sure that we're covering our bases too, because we need to have everybody in by truly like 11:30
Yeah,
in order to get that march ready and cleared away.
realistically, I'd say about 70% of people check in at the vendor, at the check-in station, so we know people don't check in, and as long as you mark them off and they're accounted for, that's fine.
Can they drive to their spot, unload, and then go park?
That is what we encourage, just because we know that it's crazy and parking fills up and
Yes,
kind
we
of
do.
park, go, or drop your stuff off, park, and then come back and set up, because they do have from that 10:30 timeframe when we tell them that they need to have their vehicles parked, they have from 10:30 to 12.
Yeah.
So we kind of encourage them, yes.
Sorry if this is something you covered here, but where are volunteers supposed to park? Particularly the 8 AM to 12 PM setup vendor assistance shift.
Yep, so we are working on finalizing the volunteer parking. We have a couple of parking lots in the area, the Red and Black Cafe lot, which is on Broad Street, there's some parking there. The lot that is owned by Middlesex Health, it's next to the YMCA, do not park in the YMCA lot. There's a parking lot next to it, technically, I think it's off of like Jones Moses Street or something.
Yeah.
The one connected to the Crescent Center, sort of, or like the.
Kind of,
Stair?
yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly there.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's it.
There's volunteer parking there. And when I send everything out to you, I will include a map of different parking locations. Just kind of highlighting like, this is where you can park, or this is where you can park.
That early shift,
You're good.
you're good.
Parking is not central for a lot of people that will be setting up their booths. Main Street is fabulous, but parking around Main Street,
But we are using a lot of Main Street,
Right.
Yeah. so
which is a
we,
great problem to have.
exactly, we have we are working on finalizing these parking lots that we do have.
And you said before that, once all this is finalized, everyone's gonna get an email with
Yes,
their assignment and where to park and everything like that, so they should.
yes, I will also send, I'll also include the link of the recording as well, in case you missed anything.
Make sure you do not park in Metro Square Plaza.
I was just gonna say that. Do not park in Metro Square, tell everyone, anyone that you hear
private.
coming to the event
All the
or
vendors.
vendors, anyone, avoid that like the plague. They have been known to tow vehicles. Stay away from there like as far as you can.
Yeah.
A friend of mine got
Unfortunately,
In
it's
terms of
Going to
parking.
movies.
Unfortunately, it's a fabulous parking lot that's huge and it's central and we cannot use it.
Yep.
So don't even drive past it. And tell your friends not to drive past it either. Anything else on vendor, anything? Great, so we kind of were just talking about parking. Folks that are doing parking will have their listing that goes with kind of that lot. So, one of the lots is for performers and vendors, so I'll just kind of give you a list of the performers and volunteers. If you're vendors, kind of the vendors that are supposed to be parking there. We do have one lot, the dermatology lot, that we have pretty much reserved for food vendors, just because a lot of them need quick access to it, and there's a bunch of them right in that general area.
Yep.
So we will give you the listing. If someone is freaking out and they're so pissed off and they don't wanna go to different lots, they're not supposed to be there, encourage it, but don't.
Yeah.
Don't make them.
There's
Obviously,
always gonna be that one.
of course.
Yes.
Just say you're following the rules. These are the rules that they.
Yeah.
They gave us, this is what we can do. Take it into your own hands. That's really what it is.
Do what you feel comfortable with. If you're okay with this. This didn't happen much or at all last year. I just wanna throw everything out to you. If someone is really adamant on parking in a certain place, just kind of reiterate, this is your listing of folks that are allowed to park here. And if they're just going, just let them go.
They don't have to be invited next year to be a vendor.
Right, exactly. Mark it down.
Exactly.
If someone does do that, figure out who they are and mark it down.
Yes.
Yes. That would be very helpful.
So the, obviously, I'll be sending you out the list. The red and black lot is off of Broad Street. It's owned by Wesleyan University. The lot near YMCA, we have the Middlesex Dermatology lot, and there also is one on Williams Street, which is near, Spear Park. A lot of performers will be parking there. Any questions on parking? Fabulous. I really think a lot of the rest of this is kind of internal things. I'll just still go over it. Like I said, Sarah will be in the gazebo for the morning shift, working on securing another person. Sarah did, text Bobby. I don't know what she's up to. I feel like she was there last year, in the gazebo.
I can text her.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Merch table will be located on the south green. It will be located pretty close to the stage.
Yep.
That is, if you can't find anyone in the gazebo or you can't find a volunteer or anything, that is where all chamber staff will be, pretty much. Yeah, merch tent is where chamber staff will be and, I think that's kind of it. But we can answer any questions that you have, any concerns that you have. If you're looking for, medical assistance, or if someone has a question that they have or a concern, anything, if there's nobody in the gazebo, definitely go to the merch tent and we can help you out as best as we can. We also will have water and things for volunteers, and that's pretty much that's a safe space. Go there and do what you gotta do, get out of the sun.
Yeah.
Anything that you need. We do also have a cooling tent that will be located on the upper part of the south green that will have chairs and water, and it's just a huge shaded tent. So
Yep.
feel free to go there as well.
Yeah, because last year was cooler,
Yeah.
right? We had to turn all the ACs to heaters.
Yeah.
But usually, often we've had prides that are 85 degrees, and hot.
It's gonna be hot
So-
this week with Open, I'm like, oh, God, my son.
Don't even
It's
say,
like,
yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
don't let it be like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so it could be anywhere from 50 degrees to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're kind of prepared for everything. But yeah, should you need like to take a break or get some water or whatever, either the merge tent or the cooling tent
Real bun
would be
sunscreen.
great. Oh,
I know that's important for me.
Yeah.
Help
Can
out.
can I be like a jaw masseuse there from so much smiling?
Love that.
You know
So
what?
bad.
Next year.
Yeah.
Love it. Come on.
But yeah, definitely the merch tent is where it'll go for
Those
anything.
chair
throughout the
massages for
day,
volunteers.
Right? Just for
Yeah.
faces. Love it. Like I said, the cooling tent, we did have some folks kind of checking in there throughout the day, so.
Yep.
If you are able to stick around past your dedicated spot, we might just have you kind of check in there occasionally. When you walk past it or whatever, just make sure that there's some water there, or just see if anyone needs any assistance really, but that one's pretty casual, people just kind of hang out there, probably steal a chair and move it towards the show, which is fine, but if you're around, we might just kind of have you check in and out of there. Performer attendance, I know Virginia, I will have you help out with that. I can kind of go over that more with you, but that's really just, working with the DJ and the performers to make sure that everyone is kind of where they need to go to. We do have showrunners for both stages. You'll pretty much just be the go-to in between or running to the other stage or,
Whatever they need
Kind
to
of
help the
helping
show
out, yeah.
flow smoothly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill, let me know what they
they
need.
will let you,
Are you talking about in regards to they're thirsty, they need water?
Yep.
Or?
literally anything and everything.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah.
I want to do that job.
Yeah.
so we do have Allison Williams, who was there last year as well.
Uh-huh.
So the two of you will be working with the showrunner. The showrunner might be talking with the DJ and say like, oh, can you ask said performer if they're ready? And then you would help them walk up there. It's,
I'll do it. For sure.
I'm nervous, there's gonna be something I don't know how to do.
No, no,
I got this.
Oh,
it's,
Oh, come on.
it's very, like, okay, some people, last year, some performers had their rolling suitcase of wigs and outfits.
Uh-huh.
They roll,
You wanna
I'll
do
switch
it.
with you.
they'll drop it off, and they will
Hell
say,
yeah.
oh, can you watch this for a second while I go park my car?
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
Do you wanna?
it sounds crazy.
We can work as a team. You really want to?
What's your name?
Shannon, was it?
What time are you available, Shannon?
I just put in the morning because I didn't want you to abuse me.
Oh, so now it's gonna be eight to 12 on the streets, and then we're gonna put you in with her, no.
I'm on the parking, I mean, the
Reach in
setup.
lane.
Yes. Yes. You don't like that idea, do you?
I've done the street the last 2 years by myself, so I need be.
Huh?
Yeah, that's,
Well, Union
so
and
the
Pleasant,
street
the last,
that
the
you are
last,
on,
the last
I'll
2
stay
years,
there. No, I'll
the last
stay
2
there.
years, nobody showed up. so-
I'll do both.
Oh, wow.
stunning.
Well, Weldon was out there with you, that's where he got in the fight with the fried dough guy.
Well, did this-
That's my snapper.
That's true.
I'll do
That's
both.
my snapper.
Where am
We all got free
On
fried
the
dough, he
performer
was
thing?
charming after, so.
You'll be on the Spear
I'm
Park
not
performer
bold enough
area.
to do that.
That's funny.
It sounds crazier than it is. It
Oh, yeah.
really kind of just
driving.
runs itself throughout the day.
Really cute.
The band might need some help with their microphone plugged
Yeah,
in.
right.
Like,
Right.
Or helping them carry up their miscellaneous items that
wouldn't-
they'll be using during their performance.
Yeah, I agree. Wouldn't hurt having more people.
Yeah, no,
There you go.
Great.
You're
Well,
in.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
you're just like a gold star.
I was gonna add, I know that when I registered, I said, oh yeah, I'm not a morning person.
You
but
did.
If you need me earlier in the day, I'm
Stunning.
ready now.
You don't say that to her, because you're in.
Especially at
I
Step
know,
Up.
we definitely need,
When I saw that you registered for the afternoon, I was like, Virginia doesn't want to wake up.
No, I'm not a morning
She
person.
works for herself, so she has the luxury
I
of
work at
waking up when she
night.
wants to. You're in.
But for you, for pride, I will do
Oh.
it.
That's an extra Christmas
Because
present.
I didn't know, like, what?
I said that's an extra Christmas
Get your
present.
drive in.
Because I saw it's empty, there are no names on the merch table in the cooling tent, does that mean it's staffed only by chamber staff or
Merch
is it
tent generally is chamber.
Okay.
Cooling tent, if we have extra people, then I will kind of assign them.
Oh,
That one's a
Alright.
little bit less
Intensive.
intensive, exactly.
Mhm.
If we don't have anyone to staff the cooling tent,
We have
we'll
people
be
aware
okay.
that can
that'll
monitor
just
it.
kind of pop in and
Alright.
out of that, so that's fine.
Thank you.
We can always use more assistance with, vendor
Mhm.
check-in and things.
okay.
I'm noticing that you have Uda on here twice. Like,
Do I?
Yeah, Uda Yakartara is, yeah, just in case you didn't notice that.
Oh, no, I didn't, thank you.
Well, now we can have Virginia to on.
Virginia, you're in.
Are you gonna revise, where am I
Yeah.
at? I don't have a pen. You'll revise
Yeah,
it.
You'll
right?
either be on the moonlight side or Chila. I'm gonna send all of this out to everyone.
Darn it, I don't have my glasses. What are
And
you
again,
telling me?
once you get your packet of information, where you are, what you're doing.
Okay.
This is probably, just so you're aware, this probably will be changing
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite a bit through the next few days.
Right.
There'll be a couple
Okay.
of changes, so I would say watch for this next
Mhm.
Tuesday.
Yep.
First thing in the morning, so we'll
Yep.
give you a
Yep.
couple of days to prepare, ask questions, but there's a lot of changes that
Yeah.
happen this week alone.
I did
just
see a
so
bunch
you're
of
aware.
Just
emails
to get
actually
everyone
coming of
placed,
folks
yeah.
registering, so,
Do you
yes.
want my change now or in email form?
What you got?
I have to work,
Alright.
I have to work 9 to 12, so I can be here 1:30 until the end of time.
What's your name again?
Janelle.
Where did I have you?
I'm 11:45 to 3:45 parking,
Okay. Oh, okay.
but we work at 12, run home, change quick, and I can tell you everybody want.
Oh, okay.
But then I'll just be here, like I'm here for the rest of the day,
Yeah,
so
okay, so then I
put me
might,
in multiple other things.
I might
as
switch into a
needed.
different parking lot, but generally,
That's good to know.
thank you. Um.
Great.
So for former attendant, I'll give you the, phone numbers and things for the showrunner and the DJ and just kind of send you everything that you could need for that as well. You're in again. Um,
I'm
so,
in? What'd you say?
you're in.
Thank you.
Listen, if you want to volunteer for more stuff, go for it.
Yeah.
I
So generally, once your volunteer task is done, if you are still able to hang out and want to enjoy the event, obviously, of course, do so.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like to continue to help out, you can check in at the merch tent or the gazebo. And if we need some assistance elsewhere, and you're available to help out, we might kind of have you do that, but don't feel
No
pressured.
obligation, yeah.
You did your duty, you got your t-shirt, and you can feel free to go. Like Johanna mentioned, if you are still hanging out and would like to participate in the march with us, definitely feel free. The march will kick off at 1 o'clock, so you have from pretty much whenever your time is done until pretty much 1 o'clock to head down or to head up to the march in the north end. The check-in for that will be at McDonough School. So, if you feel like you'd like to join us in the march, you can head up to McDonough School and,
Find out where the lineup is
Yeah.
for.
This
the
is
very
great,
first
because I don't get enough parades in my life.
Yeah.
got it. So again, a lot of the people at the, end of the march and kind of helping direct traffic and things will be, chamber staff and Johanna's family. This is a family affair. We love having our families volunteer.
It's called volunteers.
So if you do join us, we kind of just, we end the march with a bang, we're the grand finale. Johanna's vehicles in the back and her whole family is there, we're all there. It
It's a
is
fun time.
so much
Yeah.
fun,
We give out a
walking
lot
down,
of stuff.
seeing everyone, it like, the first time I saw it, I literally cried.
Yeah.
I am a crier, but I did cry. I think I cried every year, just seeing.
I was gonna say,
everyone.
I'm not a crier and I cried.
The further you go down Main Street, it just like the more and
But
more.
was last year
and
your
more.
first time in the
people.
march?
I was at the back of it
Yeah. that was it.
previously.
Okay.
Last year I
were
marched
up
with the
front.
LGBTQ
Yeah.
commission,
Yeah,
so we were like the first ones leading the pack, which
Yeah.
was wild. And you're tired too from walking like a quarter of a mile and it's kind of hot.
3/4.
So that's probably also why I was crying, but,
No, the meeting.
just everyone there, everyone has their
Very
flags,
nice.
everyone is so excited.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It just is
Just the love and the
the like
acceptance, like.
craziest
it's
feeling, like it feels like you're being hugged from 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Last year we did have around 20,000 people, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, that's
We're
kind of what
expecting
we're
more
expecting.
for this year. I mean, if the vendor signups, March signups, everything's any indication, we're gonna have more this year, so it'll be bigger and busier and everything, so
Yeah.
just more people to help them out, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be great.
So the march, we volunteers and whoever else is hanging with us, we end the march, so we are the last vehicle out from there. We do all passing out and just making sure everyone kind of is in front of us.
Yep.
Um,
And luckily, the march ends at the South Green, which is
Yep.
where the festivities then kick off
Yep.
for our Pride Rally, so you're all, everyone gets to be in the same spot.
Yep.
So it's very convenient.
and then if anyone is still hanging out after 7 o'clock and not going to the tea party, we would love to have some help cleaning up.
Or if you know people who would like to come later in the
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yep.
To help clean up,
Cleanup is exactly what it sounds like. It's,
breaking everything down.
breaking everything down, loading bins, into vehicles and, taking down flags, cleaning up garbage on the ground. Just anything that we could do to clean up and kind of make it look almost as if we weren't there. We
And
do
then
have
Public
garbage,
Works comes and cleans up the next morning.
Exactly.
So
We do have
so it's like
garbage.
we were not there.
garbages throughout and things, but there's always
Chris Holden.
garbage somewhere, boxes that need to be carried. If you or anyone that you know is available to help out, it definitely, many hands make light work.
Yep.
It's fun. There's the music going from the tea dance, so everyone's kind of dancing while we're carrying.
And it
stuff.
doesn't take, I mean, it doesn't take that long.
No.
So it's like, once you're done with cleanup, then you can go to tea dance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun time.
So if you're around, we'd love to have you. Any questions, concerns, comments, anything?
About the day, about your responsibilities, about
Anything.
sort of anything.
What color are this year's shirts?
Red.
Yes. Nice.
It's a fiery red. I think it was Heather Fire Red or I don't know.
Yeah, we've done a lot of the other colors in the pride flag, so we haven't done red yet.
I got my pink in the first year and a half, so.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the pink. We did, yeah, we've gone through them.
Yeah, we had what? We had blue last year, green the year
Mm-hmm.
before, and then pink the year before.
The blue is nice. The green-
Yep.
The green, I definitely did that.
That's his color, so yeah.
See, reverse that for me.
Everyone-
I love the green, the blue, so.
Green, but I defer to your style. So-
There you go.
Well, no, it's like whatever works for you, right?
If you think of any questions that you have, definitely reach out to me. Email is normally the easiest, just because the 2 weeks leading up to Pride, I'm really not at my desk much. I'm hiding somewhere around here, going through something.
I can
Going
imagine.
Let's say you're
It's
hiding.
a lot, you know?
You're busy.
busy. So email me. I can also, when I send some more information, I'll send over my phone number as well. If you want to text me, that's always easy as well. I will send everything out that you could need. Hopefully it's too much. If you think of anything, let me know. If you have any friends or anyone that you would also like to, kind of hang with you, volunteer, definitely tell them to contact us or sign up online. The more the merrier, many hands make like work.
Great.
Anything else? Anything
No, you
else?
covered
Do you need help with any of the pre-stuff? Like the
Yeah.
beginning stuff,
What are you
whatever
doing
it was?
Friday?
Potentially.
Friday, what time?
So Friday, what we do is we
Oh,
bring
that's what you meant. Oh, okay.
everything over to City Yard, because we actually have them,
that a no-go?
we're not doing that this year?
That's not going to,
Is that going to the
Oh,
South
we
Green
are
this year?
so-
well, it's going to Spear Park.
No.
Can we rent a truck?
Yeah, we're not, really, you all.
Yeah.
If you wanna, well, that's.
I'll let you know.
The morning up, though.
Yeah, we could do a
We don't know
24-hour
where to
rental,
drop
we
it
get it
off.
later in the
Yeah.
day on Saturday or
Yeah.
Friday.
Stay
If
tuned.
you, yes, we would love to have someone help us load the truck, because there's a lot of stuff that we drag
Okay.
up.
That we bring.
This
yeah,
Friday?
bring.
Or the
No.
Friday
Next
before?
Friday.
The next
Friday
Friday,
before.
Friday before. So if you're available, just email Haley and let her know,
Yeah.
because that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
We used to be able to shove it all in the showmobile, and they'd bring the showmobile over, open it up, and it'd be right there.
Yeah.
But I forgot the.
Yeah, I didn't know if there were like, I don't know, goodie bags or something that needed assembling, shirts that needed folding.
So we do have, Webster Bank.
18 people coming.
We've had a couple companies actually reach out to us about, oh, pizza's here, feel free to grab that while I'm just kind of rambling.
We got pizza?
Yeah,
Of course.
Webster Bank will be
Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Yeah, Webster Bank will be coming in the Wednesday prior to Pride, to help with like folding and
Fold.
Well,
doing
pop-up
things
shop.
like that. We have the pop-up shop on Thursday before Pride, it's the 30th.
It is, and what is the pop-up shop?
The pop-up shop is your one and only chance to get Pride merch ahead of the event. So we will be selling all of our merch.
We have new merch,
We
right?
have some
We have
performers.
fabulous new merch this year.
We're entering our tie-dye era.
I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek,
Yeah.
nobody's seen it. We are going to have, performers during the pop-up shop, we'll have a special
DJ, we'll have a
cocktail,
special, what's
signature
it
cocktail.
called, the
Planner's punch, the
Players
drink.
Lunch.
We'll have a complimentary cocktail.
Where is this at?
Here, upstairs, the whole upstairs, it's
It's right here, it's gonna be here, upstairs, outside, it's gonna be great.
And this is the Thursday.
Yep.
Or
Yep, yeah, Thursday, the Thursday before our Pride Fest is always sort of our kickoff day.
Are you going to email the volunteers so that we could look at the merch?
Of course.
Oh my God, those are amazing.
So for the first year, we have sweatshirts, first time ever sweatshirts.
Wow.
We have
Yes,
lectures
sweatshirts.
full. And we also have t-shirts that look the same, but t-shirts.
Yeah.
And we still have our
Those are gonna be sold out.
other fabulous array of items that we've had in the past. These
Yes,
are new this year, so if you wanna wear it after you wear your volunteer shirts to Pride,
there you go.
you can get it on Thursday before.
So yeah, so like I was saying, Thursday is sort of our kickoff day, so in the morning at 10, we have our kickoff event at the Pride Crosswalk. And then we head over to City Hall for our mayoral proclamation and flag raising at City Hall. And then that evening, we have the pop-up event, where people come, we could buy, get all geared up, get all your Pride merch, anything that you would want for Pride. And again, enjoy our cocktail performances by our Grand Marshal and a few other Middletown, drag artists. We have a DJ, so it's just a really fun time, even if you don't wanna buy anything, just come and hang out.
Exactly.
But yeah, tell your family, tell your friends, it's all on our social, all on our Instagram and Facebook, that all this is happening. It's really, this is really great.
I'm sorry, I just had an autocorrect on my phone, it's the first selectman from Portland, I gotta read this out loud. Sorry we keep missing each other, do you have any time to talk this evening? I said, I do, sorry, in our Middletown Pride volunteer meeting, can I call the way home, boy? Like, homeboy, like homeboy, I'm like, oops, home. And I just said, I was like, oh my gosh, autocorrect. Sorry, I didn't.
Ryan will love it.
That was really, that was funny.
I think that's it. Again, if you think of anything or need anything, you know where to find me. I'll send out all the information. I'll kind of send my phone number and probably like the schedule events and things tonight or tomorrow, just so that you have that in case you think of anything. But then I'll send everything over probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week when everything is really finalized and we're just kind of locking everything in. I'll send the recording of this, in case you missed anything or wanted to listen to it again. If you have anyone that would like to volunteer, let me know.
Any questions, really, any questions at all?
Great. Well, enjoy some pizza,
Yeah.
some drinks,
Yeah.
gonna hang
If
out.
you think of anything while we're sitting here.
And I look forward to seeing you all at Pride Fest this year.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
So.
Oh my God.
I called